Bridge, okay. Oh, a bank. Oh, it was just a bad dream. Or was it? Welcome back to another episode of Rellekka Xtreme One Chunk. In the last episode we rolled our first new chunk right here south of Rellekka, and we completed every single task inside of it. Chopping and bending some oak logs, making an oak shield and an oak shortbow, so we now have our first real ranged weapon, so that is pretty great. But with that said, let's head straight back into the chunk picker and start rolling some more new chunks. Here we are yet again. Let's start by crossing off all of these tasks. So we have 15 fire making for burning oak logs, 15 woodcutting for chopping oak logs, and the diary task. Then we have oak shortbow and an oak shield. Everything is done. 5 tasks out of 5, and we are ready to roll a new chunk. So nothing really has changed in the map. We have Tsetteria, Natives Knot, Jatiszo, Waterbirth Island, and then the 3 chunks south of Rellekka. And yeah, we'll just see what we get. And we get number 5, the Fremennik Road. Okay. Alrighty, so we do have a couple of tasks in here. We have 28 farming for wild blood hubs. I wonder where do we get the seeds for this? Hobgoblins, 1 in 134 drop rate. Okay, and we are gonna need 4 of those, and obviously we need the 28 farming, and that I suppose is just by raking, unless we can get some other hop seeds as well. Then we have 45 fire making for maple logs, not too bad. 30 range for a maple shortbow, so that is an upgrade, that is pretty nice. 45 woodcutting for maple logs and a maple shield, so pretty similar to our last chunk, except that we have that farming task as well. So yeah, okay, let's go ahead and check it out. Here we are south of the chunk that we unlocked last time, and we are still moving south, closer to Sea's village and closer to the belt of death. Let's see what we have here. So I don't think there's much of anything except for the maple trees and the patch. There doesn't seem to be any fishing spots or anything in the lake. I wonder if that Fallow is his name. Is he here? Or is he the chunk one over? I think he's on the other chunk, yeah. But there we have Ronin, the druid that is watching over the hops patch, and I think he can sell us all sorts of farming equipment, some plant cure, a rake, obviously, that's what we're gonna need for a while, I think. And I think we're gonna need a seed dipper for the seeds as well. Let's see, more items, seed dipper. Definitely yes, sounds like a fair price, and I guess we can just buy every single tool that we need from this guy for now. Some plant cure, a bucket of compost, a watering can, a gardening trowel, and that is all. So compost, definitely gonna need that. We can only use it one time, so I suppose we just start raking, the infamous raking content from level 1 to level 28 farming. So we are getting 4 XP per weed, and they grow 3 weeds at a time in the patch every 5 minutes, I think. So 12 XP every 15 minutes, I think. So that would be 48 XP per hour. And 28 farming, I think, is like about 10,000 XP, so you do the math. It's gonna take a while. But there's our first 3 weeds, our first 12 XP, and we can use the compost 1 time only, 18 XP. There we go, and now we cannot use any more compost until we have planted something, and I don't think we have any other seeds except for the wild blood hop seeds, so Yeah, but we do have a 2 leprechaun storage, fortunately, so this is our first little storage unit that we have. We can store the spade and all the stuff there. Alrighty, so now we just wait for some more weeds to grow until we can rake it again. And let's go ahead and see if there's anything else in this chunk. There's a lot of maple trees around and doesn't seem like there's much of anything else. No fishing spots. Nothing like that in there, and nothing in this corner either, so that is basically all we have, the maple trees and the hops patch. So I guess we can get started with some firemaking training. We need level 45 for maple logs and we are 37 at the moment. And as for fletching and woodcutting, we have all of the levels. We just need to make the items that we need. There we go, that is the first chunk task done, maple logs. And a second chunk task, making a maple shield, yet another quote-unquote upgrade, I suppose. It goes pretty well with the steel plate body, I think. That is it. Still not better than the fremennik shield, but it is our best in slot range shield, so that's why we had to make it. And then we're gonna need one more maple log for the maple shortbow. That is gonna be a big upgrade over the oak shortbow once we can use it. Let's get one piece of flax for the shortbow. String the flax into a bowstring. There we go. Then we fletch this into a maple shortbow. And we attach the string into the shortbow. And we have our new best in slot ranged weapon, a maple shortbow. Pretty nice, actually. So now we can get into some range training. We need level 30 range for the maple shortbow, and I think the best way is just killing some rock crabs with the steel arrows that we have. And our best in slot range equipment is going to be the archer's helmet, and just unequip all of this with the negative bonuses. And our range bonus is not too great, plus 20, so that is something at least. But yeah. Let's go ahead and start some range training, get that level 30 knocked out. And now that I think about it, we might as well try to kill some hobgoblins for the wild blood hop seeds. We're gonna need 4 of them and they are 1 in 130, so that is about 500 hobgoblins that we should need to kill to get to the drop rate of 4 wild blood hop seeds. So might as well start on that grind as well while we are doing the range training. And yeah, we'll see if we get lucky or go try yet again. First little milestone, level 20 range, 10 more levels to go. They are going pretty fast. The hobgoblins did have way too much defense. I didn't do any damage to them, so I was just training on rock crabs. But now we'll go back into the hobgoblins and see if we can get any kills here. Okay, that's a good start. Oh yes, and I forgot to mention we are starting off at 65 hobgoblin kills in the loot tracker, and we have 1 wild blood seed tracked in there as well. Obviously I did not keep it because I don't have any inventory space for those kind of things in the earlier episodes, but yeah, we're gonna need 4 more of those, and we'll just see how far it goes. But we are quickly approaching another ranged level here if we just can get a single hit into this hobgoblin. Come on, there we go. Alrighty, 23 ranged. Yo, let's go. That's the first wild blood seed. 1 out of 4 done. That was really quick. I didn't expect that to be that quick. 67 kills. So that was maybe my 3rd or 4th kill. And we got our first one. That is pretty damn lucky. Only 3 more to go. Not too bad. And there's 25 ranged. 5 more levels to go. And the final level, level 30 ranged. There we go. You can now wield a maple shortbow. Let's go ahead and do that. And that is our chunk task for ranged done as well. So now we just need fire making, level 28 farming, and a couple more wild blood hop seeds. And then we are done with this chunk. Alright, I got a few pieces of coal and an iron, made a steel bar, and now we are making a steel axe for ourselves that is going to be so much faster than the bronze axe for woodcutting. And we're going to go and start woodcutting some oaks, burning them, get that level 45 fire making done, and we can get some inventory space here, get rid of all of this stuff. And sandwiches, let's get a stale baguette. Nah, never lucky. I guess I'll take your kebab as well. There we go. So this is going to take a little bit longer than I anticipated. I just did the math for raking, and we are going to need 10,824 XP to reach level 28, and that means 2,706 weeds that we need to get. which means we need to rake this patch 902 times, and that means every 15 minutes, 4 times an hour. That's like 200 hours of raking. Obviously, it's not going to be all like in-game time. It's mostly just going to be popping on every 15 minutes or so and raking and then leaving and doing it again and again and again for 900 times. Yeah, it's not going to be all that intensive training, but it's going to take a long while. So I think this is going to be maybe like 2 weeks or something that I'll just have to be raking this patch. So might as well get started right now before we get into any more fire making training or anything else. And I do have one lamp here, and hopefully I get a lot more of these, because every single lamp is gonna be saving me maybe like 4-5 hours of raking. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep the rake on with me at all times. But now we can get into the fire making training. 7 levels to go to level 45, and that is our second to last chunk task before planting the wildplant hub seeds. First level done, level 38 fire making. A nice and relaxing raking break, obviously. Oh, look at that XP rolling, 4 XP. My. And level 39 fire making. Big level and some spoilers for the clan chat. Level 40 fire making. We can now burn teak pyre logs. Not gonna happen for a while probably. But yeah, 5 more levels to go. And we are still raking whenever we can. Oh, we got our first bird's nest. Let's see what we have in here. An acorn, okay. I don't think there's any real tree patches anywhere nearby, so we probably don't want to keep this. But then again, I don't really need inventory space in this chunk for anything. We just need 3 inventory spaces for 3 weeds at a time. So I guess I'll just keep it for now. We'll see if we bank it later, if we have a bank, maybe sometime in the future, or do we just have to drop it? But for now I'll just keep it. Another bird's nest, and this one has a banana tree seed. Okay, well, there's a fruit tree patch in Cathaby, so that is probably our closest one, but that's not that close either. The first woodcutting level of the grind, 66 woodcutting and 850 total as well. That is pretty sweet. And some raking content. We are getting close to our first level, 13 XP to go. So the next time we rake this patch, we are going to get level 2 farming. So that is going to be the start of a very long multi-week grind of just raking some weeds. And finally, it is time for the second to last task. Let's see it. There we go, level 45 fire making. You can now burn maple logs, and we have a maple log right here. Burn that, and that is the second to last chunk task done in this chunk. So now we just need to rake the patch 900 more times, and we are done. Rakety, 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 rake, and there is level 2 farming. Let's go. I think I'm actually gonna start collecting these weeds. If we're gonna get like 2500 of them, I really want to have that stack on me at all times, because it's gonna be a pretty nice flex to have 2500 weeds, and maybe I can start my own weed shop after that. So yeah, as I said earlier, it takes 5 minutes for a weed to grow, and we get 4 XP per weed, so that is a maximum of 48 XP per hour, which is quite horrendous to be honest. But we are doing some great progress already. We have 75... soon to be 78 weeds stacked up if we can ever rake this patch to the finish. There we go, level 5 farming already. We could now grow onions if we had a farming patch for that, but we don't, so we are just raking weeds. So yeah, it's gonna be a couple of weeks of just popping in and raking the patch every now and then, but luckily I just did get spooned on my main and got a BOFA at 160 kc, so I've got some nice and juicy BOFA content to grow through on the main Ironman. So I'll just keep raking every 15 minutes on this account, keep doing some other content on the main Ironman, and yeah, I'll just check in every now and then with some levels, and see you in 2 weeks with level 28 farming, I suppose. 2 days have passed since the last clip, and there is level 10 farming about 10% of the way there. So yeah, it's gonna take quite a while. I might have to step this up a little bit and keep raking even more furiously. And we're up to 271 weeds already. That is a lot of joints to go through. Yes, there is gonna be a lot of weed jokes in this video. Level 15 farming and 574 weed stack up. That is about 1/5 of the way there now. And we're almost halfway there. Just a couple of more weeds. One down and another any second now. There we go, level 20 farming, 8 more levels to go. And we still have only this one lamp that we have gotten, I think, before we even started this weed grind. So hopefully I get some more of those. Obviously the random events are kind of hard to come by when I'm just popping into rake every 15 minutes and then just AFKing or logging out. So you miss quite a lot of random events that I could be getting. But yeah, 8 more levels to go. I just had a very juicy maze random event, got some nature runes, 108 death runes and 217 chaos runes. And I definitely am going to be saving these for now. If we get a bank in the near future, then it's gonna be very nice for magic training later on. And that is 2,000 weeds stacked up. I wish I was in Canada or Netherlands, not in Finland. But actually a pretty cool 268,000 GE average. That is kind of weird. Why are they selling so high? I guess it's a meme collection item or something. Somebody may be collecting them for the meme purposes, I don't know. 134 GP each. I guess you could say that the weed prices are very high. I'll see myself out. Today's fun fact is a triple F, as in a fun farming fact. All of the farming related items and seeds were added in an update on June 6, 2005, with the examine text farming skill coming in July. It was a big update, as the Lumbridge guide was added as well, and the wise old man was relocated to his current house in Draenor. However, one farming item did not make it into this update, the gardening trowel. It was only added in July with release of farming, presumably because Jagex forgot to add it to the drop table of farmers. Unbeweedable, am I right? You know, if weed puns are a sin, I'll see you all in hell. This is the part of the video where you subscribe because of the weed puns, you know? Okay, so enough with the weed puns. We have 2,594 weeds gathered up and we are 278 XP away from level 28. So these are gonna be the last raking contents that you are going to see. One weed and one weed more. Just a little weed. Come on now. You know, this has been my life for the past 2 weeks. Just, you know, you think you're gonna just pop in and farm the patch right away. Takes like 2 seconds and then it ends up taking like a minute that you're raking because this guy just doesn't know how to rake weeds. There we finally go. And now for the lamp. 270 XP going into farming, saving me like 3 hours of raking content. And there we go. Level 28 farming. We can now grow wild blood hops. So yeah, that concludes our 2-week journey of farming weeds. Now we just need to get 3 more wild blood hop seeds, and that should be like 300-ish hobgoblin kills, maybe. Unless we get spooned, of course, but I don't expect that from this account. But yeah, let's go ahead and get some wild blood hop seeds. So let's start off by making some rune. I'm not gonna need the nature runes. I can get as many of those as I want, but I'm going to keep the death and chaos runes. And we're gonna get a harpoon back from this guy, and we're gonna fish some sharks to start with, so we can get some food for the hobgoblin kills. And we are starting off at exactly 70 hobgoblin kills. We have 2 wild blood seeds in the tracker, and we need 3 more, and then we are done. It's a 1 in 134 drop, so we are expecting 400 kills to get the 3 seeds, so we'll just see how far we go. Oh, we have a captain honor of a random event. Let's see if we can get this anywhere. I'm constantly being harassed by the rock crabs, so this might be a little bit difficult, but if he can give us the gold bar, I would be very, very inclined to get that. Nope. Please, let me get it. Okay, there we go. Let's see if we get a gold ring, gold necklace, or a gold bar. We have everything else except the gold bar. Yes, nice. Let's go. We have a gold bar. That is pretty damn sick. We can get a ring mold from the warriors or the market cards in this centrum of rellekka. So we could get ourselves a diamond ring, and that would be pretty damn cool. It's not a chunk task at all, but it would be pretty damn nice to have one. You know, just for the flex. That is not a wild blood hop seed, that is a jangerberry seed, but I think I'm actually gonna keep that one as well if we roll Etceteria in the future. That is going to be a level 70 farming requirement for the bush patch right there, so we might want to have that jangerberry seed. And I'm not exactly sure how rare these are, but probably rare enough that we want to keep this one. That would be a level 48 requirement to plant that jangerberry bush, so yep, I'm going to keep this one. Let's freaking go, 2 out of 4 done. That was pretty quick as well, didn't go all that dry. Let's see the kill count, 142, so we are at the drop rate for one of the seeds and we have received 3 already, so that is pretty damn nice. Yeah, 2 more to go. And I've also gotten some other stuff from here as well, a couple of gems, a Terramin seed, a toad flax seed and some runes, and I do need some more inventory space for some more sharks, so I'm probably gonna sell some of these off. I don't need the nature runes, and everything else I think can go pretty much. Cut these gems, we get some more money and some crafting speed, there we go. And basically sell everything else, I think. I'm gonna keep the fire runes every time. So yes, as I was saying, let's sell everything else off and get some more sharks and get back into the hobgoblin grind. Damn, I thought I was recording that, but apparently not. But that is 173 KC and we have our 3rd wild blood hope seed already. Only 1 more to go. We are actually getting very, very spooned on these. Finally getting some good luck on something. Feels pretty nice. Almost missed the level, but there was 65 strength. A 2th half of the key, Jesus Christ, that is a 1 in 8,000 drop. Oh my, that was very unexpected. Yes, let's go, 4 out of 4, all done. That is the last one and the KC, 237. We are not even a drop rate for 2 of them and we have received 5 of those, so that is pretty damn nice. Finally getting some good luck on the account, and yeah. Let's go ahead and plant these and we are done with the chunk and we can roll another one. So I'm gonna buy some plant cure from this guy and a watering can, and then I'm just gonna babysit all of these for 80 minutes. That is how long they take to grow. And watering every cycle and keeping the plant cure handy if they get diseased, because I definitely don't want to get another 4 Cs for this. There we go, let's get some water from the well, fill the watering can, and that should be enough to water it every cycle. And yeah, let's go ahead and plant these. Oh, the last time raking this patch, there we go, plant the wild blood hop seeds, and that is done, water them, and yeah, it's gonna take 10 minutes for them to go into the next cycle, so you can see it's at state 1 out of 9. And every state is going to take 10 minutes and I'm going to water it every state, and after that it should be grown, and then we can get into some more chunk rolling. And there it is, wild blood hops. I watered it every cycle and I had to use 2 plant cures. It got diseased twice, so good thing that I was here babysitting it all the time. But yeah, we are ready to harvest them and do the last chunk task of this chunk. And that is basically done. I'm not actually sure if we have to get every single one of these or we just have to harvest it once. I guess just once should be enough. But let's just empty this patch. There we go. 6 wild blood hops. Probably never gonna do anything with these unless we get like Kellegrim, but yeah, we are done. Let's go back into the chunk picker. Alright, so welcome back to Chunk Picker. First of all, let's cross off all of these tasks that we did. 45 fire making and burning maple logs, 30 range for wielding a maple shortbow, cutting maple logs, fletching a maple shield, and finally, after a couple of weeks of non-stop raking, 28 farming and growing wild blood hops. All 5 tasks are done, and I am very, very excited to roll a new chunk. But before we roll though, there's a couple of things that I need to talk about here. First of all, thanks to Amielna, sorry if I butchered that name, for commenting on the last video. We now know that Jatiszo is in fact not accessible before visiting Jatiszo first, so that chunk is not on the list of rollables just yet. And secondly, I'm not quite sure if Jatiszo is rollable either, as the Fremennik Isles requires 20 construction, but I am unsure if you needed to start the quest and access Jatiszo or only later on in the quest line. And unfortunately, I don't have an account to test this on, and I'm not willing to go there with this account before we roll the chunk, so I'll just keep the chunk possibility open here, and if we roll it then we can test it, and if it's not accessible then we'll just remove Jatiszo from the list and re-roll. And finally we have a couple of new possible chunk unlocks, the Sinclair Mansion and McRubber's Wood. I don't think there's really all that much content in either of these chunks, but they do both bring us closer to the infamous Belt of Death. And as for the chunks that I would like to get or avoid, anything really goes at this point. I would really like to get a bank, so that would be either Jatiszo, Etceteria, or one of these chunks to get closer to Sears Village. And I would like to avoid Waterbirth Island for a while still, if at all possible. But with that said, let's just see how it goes. 3, 2, 1, and go. And we land on Jatiszo. Okay, so we are gonna go and test it out. So according to the chunk picker, we only have a couple of best in slot tasks, the mithril plate body, mithril plate legs, chain body, and square shield. So I thought there should be some other things there as well, but maybe not. I guess we'll just see first of all if we can access the chunk or not, and if we can, then we'll see what we have in there. Alright, this is the moment of truth. So Maud Gunners is the guy that we need to talk to, and let's see if we can do this. Hello, are you Thortor? Well, my name is Rellekker, but I guess, yeah. He is Maud Gunners, he's from Jatiszo, Maria is from Jatiszo, and the King of Jatiszo has requested that I take you to him. Before starting this quest, be aware that one or more of your skill levels are lower than what is required. But start the Fremennik Isles. Okay, travel to Jatiszo. Just put that off. Can you ferry me to Jatiszo? This is the moment of truth right here. Of course. Okay, so we have that available. Nice. I actually didn't think that that would be possible, so let's go ahead and unlock the chunk first of all. There we go. So we have Jatiszo as our next chunk, and as the chunk picker said, there's only a handful of tasks. Getting mithril equipment, I think, from the shop in Jatiszo. And I thought there should be some more things, because I think there are some trolls in here, so that would be the 1 in 5,000 curved bone grind. But let's just see what we have in here. Welcome to Jatiszo, first of all. And this is the biggest thing in the whole series so far. Oh my god, we have a bank. Oh my god, we have actually a bank. And I haven't seen what's in my bank. I know there's some stuff in there, but obviously I haven't seen what we have in there. And I can't really remember what I have put inside there. So we do have probably a couple of dozen swordfish, some tuna, all the random event stuff that we banked after the Fremennik Trails with Leo randoms. But yeah, it's gonna be exciting to see what we have inside of here. Ooh, this is exciting. What's gonna be in there? Oh my god, look at that. Oh, there's the big swordfish. That is so nice. We have the full collection of big bass, big swordfish, and big shark. A lot of fish. We have a lot of tuna, 6.7k tuna and 4.9k swordfish. A lot of burned ones as well. And some very random stuff. We have some runes. Some those are probably from random events. We have the seeds. There's the wild blood seed. Oh boy, that's so fun. We have the ungut diamond here. That would have been nice. Would have been nice for sure. And yeah, then just a shitload of random event stuff, and a lyre and a Fremennik helmet, and some sharks as well. So those are all from Leo randoms. But yeah, that is pretty damn cool. And this is something that I have been waiting to do for so long. Deposit inventory. Oh my god, I feel so light. I mean, not having anything in my inventory after like 450, 500 hours or something of just being an ultimate Ironman, I actually can bank stuff and put everything away and feel like a complete light person. Ah, that is lovely. So yeah, give me just a moment and I will organize all of this into some better looking tabs and then we will see it again. Alright, here is everything organized. So in the first tab we have just some normal things, the coins, the weeds, a clue scroll and a lyre that I had lying around in the bank as well. Then in the second tab we have all of the equipment. So our full melee set is here on the top row, then our ranging set, I guess you could call it, and our mage set. Pretty lacking, but anyways. Then we have all of our fish and food and our big fish collection as well in the third tab. That is actually a pretty nice amount of food right there. Then in the fourth tab we have all of the random event stuff. So we have the full beekeepers, full zombie and full mime outfit. We have the full lederhosen and missing a couple of camo pieces. And then finally the steel baguette has its own bank filler here as well. In the next tab we have all of the tools, nothing much here just yet. Next tab we have all of the farming things, so all of the seeds, herbs, products, stuff like that. Then we have all of the materials for other skills like smithing, fletching, so we have all of the headless arrows, feathers, all of the gems that we have gotten, some ores and some bars as well. And in the final tab we have the runes, so not too much here just yet, but it will probably accumulate here pretty quickly. So that is everything, 5.36 mil value. I'm actually not sure where does that come from. So the weeds are 300k, so that's not all of them. Yeah, it's the headless arrows, 3 mil right there. So probably the headless arrows, the weeds, and then I guess the fish is worth something as well. Yeah, these are almost a mil each. So most of our bank value is just in a few stacks. The tuna, swordfish, the headless arrows, and the weeds. And our bank value drops to 300k. Yeah, so basically all of our bank is in these 4 stacks of very random and useless items. But yeah, that is all of that in the bank. Let's go ahead and explore Jatiszo for the first time. See what we have in here. So here we have a rellekka gastifred. I think this is the person that sells the yak hides once you have completed the fremennik isles. So not just yet, but in the future that might be some crafting XP that we can get from there. Here we have all of the armor and weapon stores. So this is Myrkka or something like that. And he sells mithril equipment. Not very useful to us, to be honest. And then Raumurda Steen sells mithril armor. So that is our new best in slot armor that we need to get from here. And then we have Ring. That's a pretty funny name. His name is like a bike bell or something like that. But yeah, he sells all kinds of ores from copper and tin to iron, coal, silver and gold as well. So this is pretty nice for future smithing grinds if we need to do, well, when we need to do some smithing grinds, definitely. So it's nice to have a shop available. Now then there's this mines down here and I don't think we can access it because they weren't in the chunk picker. So let's see. You hear grunting, it could be dangerous. But, oh, okay, so we can get down here. And there's some adamantite rocks there. That is a little bit worrying. Can we not mine these? Because if we can mine these, then they should be a chunk task to mine adamantite ore and smelt adamantite ore and do an adamant plate body, I think, which is level 88 smithing. Oh yeah, and there's the ice trolls as well. So those should be a 1 in 5,000 curd bone grind as well. But I don't know if the chunk picker just doesn't count this place. Oh my god, look at... Oh no, the miner just got obliterated there. Yeah, so I don't know if the chunk picker doesn't just count this place or what's the deal with this, because we should be able to mine all of this and kill the trolls and everything, and that should be a pretty damn long grind right there. So I'm gonna go and get myself a pickaxe and try to mine some stuff in here because, yeah, it's gonna be an adamant plate body level 88 smithing, so that is gonna be one hell of a grind if we can do it. Oh yes, and then we have a couple of other stores as well. We have Flowsy's Fishmongers, who sells low-level fish and buys some sharks as well for a little bit better price than previously, and Kipa Ketilon, who buys and sells cooked fish as well, so we could actually make some money there if we sell our tuna and swordfish stacks. And then on the north side of the gates, I don't think there's really anything here. Yep, nothing here. Oh, and we do have this, the harpoon shark spot. That is the closest shark spot to a bank in the whole game, even closer than the fishing guild. Yeah, so if we want some sharks in the future, that is gonna be a pretty handy shark fishing spot. Might be useful in the future. Alright, I am back with a pickaxe and we have some tin rocks here. And yes, we can mine them. So the chunk picker is wrong in this regard. We can mine them and I think we can punch these trolls as well. Yep. Alrighty, that is gonna be a long grind of 88 smithing and a curved bone. Oh, you adamantite rocks are gonna ruin my life. So luckily we do have a ring here, and he sells the iron and coal for a pretty cheap price actually. These are 18 coins for iron and 49 for a coal. And we can buy these, smelt them in rellekka, smith them here or in rellekka into, I guess, steel plate bodies would be the best. Level our smithing that way so we don't have to mine everything ourselves. So it's not that bad, but I gotta do some maths. How long will 88 smithing take with this method? He does seem to stock the shop pretty fast. Oh, and somebody just bought it. Oh no, that is not a good sign at all. If we have bots here, yeah, that is definitely a bot, okay. Yeah, if we have bots buying out the stock in here, that's gonna be quite damn annoying to compete for the stock, but we'll see how long it takes. I gotta do some calculations and try some routes with smithing and see how long it takes. So it is 4,294,055 XP to go to level 88, which means I will need to get 78,000 iron and 150,000 coal to reach that level. So almost 230,000 ores that I need to buy from Ring and smelt all of them in rellekka and smith them either here or in rellekka into steel plate bodies and sell them. Ooh, my 230,000 ores. That is gonna take a long time. A very long time. Ring. And I gotta say, these motherfuckers are not gonna make this grind any easier than it should be. I'm afraid that will have to do it for this episode. Thank you so much for watching. Click the like and subscribe button so you won't miss the smithing grind in the future. It's gonna be very exciting, hopefully. And as always, a big thank you to all the channel members. In the steel tier we have Not an Ernman, Kai, TomXO, Grayson, Titus, Cellmodel8 and Batrap the Games. And in the Runa tier we have Acons to Earth. And a big thank you to every single one of you for watching the episode. And I will see you all in the next one. Bye bye.